Siblings, what devious secret are you hiding from the world? My sister Liz and I were always incredibly close growing up. When I left home for college at 18, she was freshly engaged to her long-term boyfriend Ethan. I was thrilled for her, but the distance made me depressed and painfully homesick. 7 months later, I flew back for their storybook wedding. Ethan's family is extremely wealthy and they paid for the whole extravagant affair, even gifting them a mansion. I was so happy to see Liz marrying her soulmate. After the wedding, I only visited home a handful of times a year. So when our parents' 30th anniversary rolled around, I was excited to surprise them. Liz picked me up from the airport so I could secretly stay with her rather than my parents and keep the party plans under wraps. The reunion celebration went perfectly. Afterward, tipsy from champagne toasts, Liz and I shared an Uber back to her place. Her husband was already asleep for the night when we got there. Still giddy from the party, we decided to stay up late catching up in the guest room I was staying in. After an hour or so of reminiscing, I had to pee. I used the ensuite bathroom, oblivious to the angles of the mirror. When I got back, Liz burst out laughing, admitting she had seen my private parts in the reflection. Mortified, I scrambled to change the subject. But our drunken banter took a fast detour from silly to flirtatious. Before I knew what was happening, we were kissing passionately. All family ties evaporated. In that moment, we weren't siblings but two reckless friends giving in to temptation. Clothes came off and we let it all happen. As soon as it was over, horror flooded in about what we'd done. We quickly dressed and went to bed, too ashamed to even speak. The rest of my stay was strained as we awkwardly pretended nothing happened. I counted down the minutes until I could fly back to school and try to forget that night. Weeks later, Liz called me insisting we talk. She dropped the bombshell that she was pregnant from our indiscretion. We agonized over what to do. Ultimately, we decided she would claim it was Ethan's child and we'd forever bury the secret. When Liz's due date approached, I concocted an excuse to visit home so I could be there for the birth. Holding my illicit baby niece brought such complex emotions. But Liz and I plastered on smiles, celebrating with Ethan's oblivious family. Back at college, I spiraled into depression and alcohol abuse, failing my classes. I couldn't bear to face what I'd done. Liz and I speak rarely now, only about necessities regarding the baby. The lifelong trust between us is shattered. I'm trying to pull my life back together, but the shame still eats away at me. Every day I wish I could turn back time and undo that reckless drunken choice. I robbed Liz of the uncomplicated joy of raising her first child. And forever changed the course of our relationship. Some secrets you carry to your grave. I know Liz and I will take this one to ours, for the sake of her family. But the guilt is slowly crushing my spirit. I've considered confessing to Ethan many times. But I know it would only ease my conscience, while destroying lives. As I watch my baby niece grow up from a distance, I'm reminded of the mistakes that shaped her very existence. Had I known one impulsive act in a drunken stupor would haunt me indefinitely, I never would have laid a hand on my own sister. The remorse and self-loathing now consume my life. Perhaps one day I'll make peace with myself. But I doubt the pain will ever fully fade.